Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerdentity Crisis, episode 123. I'm your host, Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar,
Hello, hello.
my literal brother from another mother, Justin Picklemans. It didn't work.
It
Yeah,
didn't work.
Noise.
it didn't
I need
work.
to talk before I do it so that it's
Yeah, there
start
you
the
go.
mic.
Yeah.
But I'm
Start the howdy
drinking
do
a
and that do it.
drinking a little Kelowna longboard.
Ooh,
Oh,
there you go.
Nice.
nice.
There you go. Very nice.
Yeah.
I have no
Highland
idea what that
lager.
is, but I'm assuming it's good.
It's a
It's an
craft
island
beverage.
lager.
There you go. Finally, Josh still haven't thought of a good nickname for you yet, Hoffman.
Hello. Hello.
How's everyone doing? It's Christmas week. Hooray!
La, 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 la.
Justin's
Oh,
Woo.
rocking his I'm Your Huckleberry shirt from
it's just tough
Tombstone.
with like being the green. At the green screen, you start just like.
I
It
still
looks
haven't seen
good. Love
Tombstone.
Can
that
we
sweater.
can we unequivocally say Tombstone is the best Western ever made?
I've
Yep.
never seen it.
Absolutely it is. It
We
has
need
to
to
be.
get you to watch it because it's really good, Huff.
It's
It
really
is good.
So here's the thing. There are a few really great westerns that exist out there, and I really don't know that Tombstone can beat Wild Wild West um, with Will
You know
Smith
what?
in it.
Wow.
Just because there's not a giant spider in Tombstone, you might be right. A giant mechanical spider.
And there's like a train fight.
Yeah,
Like
there is.
I don't know if there's train fight in Tombstone, but if
Wow.
there's not,
Wow. Wicka wicka wow.
Oh no. Oh
Wicka
no.
wow.
Oh no.
Wicka
Look what
wicka
you
wow
did.
wow
Look
west.
what you
Jim
No, we're gonna
West.
did.
get DMC. Just stop
Desperado.
it. Stop
Rough
it.
Rider. No, you don't wanna. None of this. Six
How
gunning
do you
this.
know
Brother running
this?
this.
Because
Buffalo
I'm assuming it
soldier.
looks like he's
Looks like I
reading it.
told you. Yeah, I am reading it.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
I
God.
really hope you Googled that because if you remember, if you have retained that for this many years, something is physically wrong.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh god. All right. Let's get into it, boys. We got a lot to cover. We're doing a game of the year episode, which is really exciting. But we got a few things to take care of to begin with. First of all, uh we made it a whole nother year, boys. A whole nother year in the books. Josh's
Woo! I haven't
first
died
full
yet.
year. Josh, you did the full year, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't
I
remember.
think you
I don't
did.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. No, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I think but yeah, probably. I
We'll
don't
say
remember what I
yes.
started.
We're,
Yeah.
we're gonna say yes.
It
So,
feels like so much longer, but
yeah.
I remember when I started. It was after the fourth
Cat.
episode.
Yeah, you were episode 5.
Yep.
see, I feel like if you were in the first 10, that's like there's a marker in the brain. I'm in like 48 or something. It's like just like a random ass number midway through like a season. There's not anything to latch on to.
He's the guy that
Really.
just like shows up delivering pizzas in like the sitcom and then like slowly becomes the reoccurring character to the point where he becomes the like in the group.
He's like,
All of the famous people have gone on to do other shows, and they just have like the random characters no one gives a shit about. Yeah, pretty much that.
Josh is Taco from the league. That's who Josh is. He was never supposed to be in the show. He was just supposed to have like a one-off line, and that was going to be it. And then he just became a regular because everybody loved him so much. Josh, you are the Taco of Nerdentity Crisis.
I'm all right with that.
Congratulations.
I'm all right
Yeah.
with that.
Wait,
That's
is
an
is it
honor.
a new year? Can we maybe finally give Josh a nickname?
Ooh, we might be able to, but probably not.
No, probably not.
We're not that creative.
No.
Anyways, so we had a lot going on. We live streamed our first Game Awards, live streamed our first event, which was good. Although I think that's
We
kind
learned
of more
some
suited.
things.
What's that?
We learned some things.
Yeah, I think it's more suited for like an E3 rather than the Game Awards. You know what I mean? Like I feel like E3 would make more sense to live stream. One, the Game Awards is 3 fucking hours long, so that's no bueno.
Isn't E3 like multiple days?
But you can pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like we could do like the Nintendo stream because it's on different days. So we could do the Nintendo stream and we could skip EA stream because fuck that. I mean, there's no reason to watch the EA stream. So I feel like maybe E3 might be a little bit if it's actually back. I don't even know if it might be gone forever. Who knows? Um, we launched video, which is really exciting. People can see our beautiful faces. Major props, honestly, all to Josh on that one because I know nothing about video, so Josh did all of that.
Other
Um,
people help me do testing and stuff.
yeah, so
And by
uh,
other people, I mean everyone but Ryan.
yeah, 'cause I'll be like, "What's the internet?"
You tell him,
So
are you sure it's plugged in, Ryan? Like,
I'm pleased I got my webcam to work. That's all. I mean, honestly, that's a victory in itself. So, but yeah, we are gonna launch 2023 off with a bang. Um, and I'm not the one to really speak on this. So, Justin or Josh, either of you want to go over plans for 2023? What we're gonna launch in January? Who
So
wants it?
sure, I'll go.
Josh is gonna take it.
So starting probably the last Monday of January, or maybe the second to last, we'll get a little intro to. We're going to start streaming an RPG, specifically a tabletop RPG called Death in Space, which is like a almost post-apocalyptic dark science space horror RPG, where y'all will have a crew, trying to survive and make money in a hostile space environment, and that's pretty much it. So look forward to that. Like I said, probably we'll do like a episode 0 where we just kind of talk about our characters and explain the world a little bit, and then the last Monday of January we'll kick right in.
And I
So
am jazzercised. I
I was
literally
gonna say,
cannot wait. I'm super bummed that we have to wait a whole month.
I was just about to say, now that Josh explained it, can we get our hype man in here? Justin, you got anything to add?
Well, I'm just super jazzed because we've been talking about wanting to do like a tabletop type RPG for a really long time, and then Huff did his pick of the week like a month or two ago now, and he chose
Dark Tides.
Dark Tides, yeah, and I'm on like episode 10 or 11, but it's an impromptu type one where the referee or DM has a general theme, but there's no real maps or visuals or anything. They just kind of voice out the story. And so I thought that would be a ton of fun and less work for whoever does get stuck being the DM. And
Because let's
I
be
liked
honest,
that in
I would be too lazy to make maps. Multiple of you have been in my D&D campaigns, and not a single map to be shared. uh
well, and it honestly it kind of loses the fun I feel when you have like specific you're looking at a square grid thing and that's all you're basically
yeah,
you have different skins over it, but you're basically just moving this where if Huff describes something, we all and the listeners can listen while driving or doing whatever and still get a good idea of what's going on. Because again, if it's all in your head, then no one's missing out on any details.
I feel like I'm gonna need to listen to Dark Tides just to get a feel for what we're going for a little bit. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Justin and Adam created their character. Very cool, very serious. And I wanted my avatar to be Buzz Lightyear, and I got told immediately no. So I need to see what the tone.
hey, I tried for you a little bit. I really tried with for listeners out there. We started using some like AI art generations and stuff that's become somewhat popular and accessible. And I was really trying for some like Buzz Lightyear, like real person, or like Buzz Lightyear if he was a real yeah, I don't know. And then we started talking about Borgs a little bit based off his thing, and I tried mixing that in there, and I got some really weird shit.
Yours
But
was the stuff of nightmares. That's what
yeah,
that was. That was fucked up. So anyways, I'm gonna have to listen to that just so I can see kind of the tone we're going for, and I can adjust accordingly, so I'm not just a fucking clown in outer space. Um,
I think you should listen to it for a couple reasons. One, it would be some good influence on just kind of how they go about it. And two, it's actually really good. So I think you would
okay,
enjoy it.
fair enough.
Um,
Really
there's
entertaining.
a couple bits that are goofy and funny. I don't really know what Huff is going to go with on this, but given that Death in Space is a gothic horror theme, and we all kind of agreed on a non-fun. I mean, it'll be fun for us, but there's going to be no palm trees and beaches. So we'll just put it that
No
way.
rainbows.
No, no.
No rainbows.
Seems
So
pretty.
I'm
It seems
I'm
pretty dark. It seems pretty pretty
There will be,
rough. Pretty
yeah.
survival. It's gonna be. Wouldn't surprise me if somebody dies soon, very very
Oh, that's gonna
quickly.
be me. That's absolutely
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. There you go.
one of the nice things about this game in particular is generating a character takes almost no time at all, and that's if you do it
Yeah.
manually. It takes zero time at all if you use their generator, where you just refresh the page and it gives you one. Um, because there's a distinct possibility one of you just going to get yeeted into space, never to
Yeah.
be seen again. So it's, it's not to say that there won't be humorous characters and situations and that which are kind of funny on the face of it, but you're also gonna have some pretty horrible times in trying to survive. So
Nice.
I'm gonna be kind of bummed if my character dies, but you know, it happens. The
I mean,
game's
my
called Death
character
in
is
Space.
my
don't be
Yeah.
bad.
character will probably get ejected into space by his brother, who wants to take over as leader, while my young son watches me and starts crying. That all makes
Uh,
sense once we start, I promise.
Episode 0,
Wow.
It'll all
somebody will
make
get
sense.
that reference, but
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So anyways, let's plan for the future. Obviously, we'll come up with new stuff as we go, but there's probably gonna be some changes in our Nerdentity Crisis. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for something new. Um, it's gonna be a good time. So I enjoyed the last year, gentlemen. Thank you very much for doing this journey together. It's been a lot of fun. So I look
Um,
forward to it every week. When we miss a week, I'm sad. So I look forward to it. Justin?
I was just gonna say we are in the process of migrating from um, Buzzsprout to Anchor
Mhm.
because it's completely free. So, um, or someone on this podcast neglected to tell us that they quit putting the audio files online to the podcast sources
Fucking Adam.
and
Oh
just
wow! Really, we're gonna do that now? Okay.
so
Hey,
we've
Ryan,
been
your
basically
dog's behind you. As soon as he turns around, just fucking shake him.
so yeah, to those that haven't been able to listen to us since October, I blame Ryan, and we
Adam.
hope that we didn't lose you as a listener, and you'll come back once we get
Fucking
everything sorted.
podcast, and why would you stop putting it on fucking podcast
I wanted
channels?
to
Like
see.
seriously,
I did it at
elephant
first.
in the
Just
room. Sorry, but no.
I did it at first kind of as a joke, like just to see, like I wonder if anybody will even notice. And then one week nobody noticed, and I was like, huh, I'm gonna try it
No, but
again. So the
but how would they notify you? These random
Yeah.
internet people, like we got 0 downloads of the file I never uploaded.
no, like
Shocking.
I meant like one of you guys even. Like, is anybody even gonna notice? Like,
I don't listen to this podcast.
are we gonna drop listener questions? Are we gonna drop listeners? And nothing really happened. So I was like, huh.
Well, you
Mm,
keep talking about wanting to get more people and get out there, and then you take off over a third of our listener base.
Well,
Just axed.
Imagine
Just
this
no more for you.
imagine this entire conversation, but it's one long Discord thread, and
It was
this was
149 messages, by the way, everyone. When I got
before
back
Adam got
from,
back. There was more
yeah,
after that. There's more after
yeah.
that.
It was easily over 200.
there's some airing of dirty laundry in this episode.
Yeah, a little bit. Uh,
Love you.
this can be an off-air conversation too.
Nope.
We don't have to do this on
It's on
air
Twitch. It's on Twitch now,
forever.
and we're gonna upload this one, so
Hell
it'll be
yeah.
out there.
I mean, people could have watched on YouTube. That's where I wanted people to go, anyways.
That's true.
Anyways, we need
true.
to move on. We need to move on.
I think everyone needs to know that Ryan neglected his fucking only job. Josh
Oh.
was still doing his job.
Only job?
Justin was still doing his job.
What? Who
Adam
writes
was
the
still
outline?
doing his job.
Who writes the outline every week?
Is it me?
Oh.
Also, how many times in the past did we hear? Yeah, I haven't uploaded to Instagram in forever.
Yeah, because I get 2 likes every week on each image, and it's my other 2 Instagram accounts.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
For
All
those
right.
of you who have suffered through this, go like our Instagram.
Anyways. All right, so that's plans for the future. Let's kick off the episode now. Let's actually get into the nitty gritty. We start as we always do with Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
What up, Jacob?
Jacob says the last animal theme of the year. What do you think next year's going to be? I can't wait. Can't wait to find out.
I don't know. I was thinking. I've actually been thinking about that for like weeks now,
What is it
and I'm
gonna
like, I'm
be?
curious what he's gonna do. And I'm
Right.
sure Jacob's probably been thinking the same thing.
Yeah, he's got
Go
this.
back to food. There's a lot of food questions, maybe. But
That's
I
true,
don't know.
maybe.
I
We
doubt.
already had a
I
full
doubt
year
it.
of food.
Yeah, I was like,
So,
I feel like it's
yeah.
gonna be something different.
Yeah,
But
who knows? We'll see. Anyways, Santa could not deliver presents this year because all of his elves were brutally murdered by a rabid blank. Tradition dictates Adam goes first. Adam, what were those poor elves murdered by?
well, since I guess it said A, so I assumed it had to be like one singular thing.
Mine
c-
isn't.
Oh, I guess I thought it was like
Okay.
one in particular thing. So I assumed it was just the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
nice.
Ah,
Run
fucking
away.
It's the only thing that
awesome.
I feel like that could kill everything in the room.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's perfect. I hope our listeners know what Monty Python is. Like, I feel like that's an age group thing. You know what I mean? Like,
There's
you
a good
think
chance they don't, and it's fine.
you think the young
Yeah.
kids know Monty Python?
If you
I feel
don't,
like
do yourself a
should.
favor. And
Yeah.
You should.
Quest for the Holy
Bless-
Grail specifically.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch all of the Monty Python show to get the reference.
Flying Circus is amazing though as well.
It
for its
is.
time.
Yeah. What is it like? Life. Trying to think of the other movies, but they're all really
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian.
Meaning
that's
of
it.
Life.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway.
Josh, what's your answer?
Mine's in a similar vein, which is a duck-billed platypus.
Oh damn. A
similar-
rabbit.
A rabid one. That would be an interesting.
They got fangs, man. They got fangs.
You know, not the fastest animal. I'm interested in how this would work.
I mean, you don't know what happens when it gets rabid. Have you ever seen a rabid duck-billed platypus? I know
I
I
have not.
haven't.
I would also thinking the like elves, like like span of running is probably
That's
pretty
true.
small. So
That's
like
true.
it might catch up with those little like waddle duck feet. I don't know.
I like to think
What went in my favor?
What's that?
Yeah.
That's what went in my favor.
You
Yeah.
had tiny little legs. You were fast.
Well, we're going up against elves, so
Yeah.
it doesn't require much.
I'd like to think that the duck-billed platypus got rabid and then thought ahead and booby-trapped the workshop.
Ooh.
Like, think smart, not hard, right? And so he really just turns them against each other. And it's pretty much the movie Saw. Have you ever seen the movie Saw?
Yeah.
Sounds like
It's-
Psyduck more though.
There
Like
you go.
like somehow like
Yeah.
A rabid duck-billed platypus home alone the elf shop.
plus
Ye-
Psyduck in there somehow. But yeah.
with murder. Yes.
Yeah.
Or does it qualify murder if they're elves? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Taking of a life. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. What, like, if you were to kill a Keebler elf, does that count as murder?
So,
Sounds
like,
delicious.
the thing is, they're different species. If I go and like hunt some pheasant, I don't think
That's
of
not
that as
murder.
murder.
Yeah.
I mean, PETA would disagree, but they can fuck themselves. Uh, like, like it's really only murder if it's a human, right? Or at
What
least the
if you?
same species.
You know what, Josh? How about a bald eagle?
No, I'd murder the fuck out of that. Assuming two things: one, that I would eat a bald eagle. I don't know. They might be good. They might be like chicken or something. And two, I think that's still illegal, and I am not a fan of jail. I
Yeah.
would eat the bird, but they would eat me alive. And yeah,
Slow
I'm
cooking it
not
like a
going.
turkey, and then it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta flash boil it just to get the feathers off and clean it. And um, I personally feel like I would just like double batter it, do like a double fry on it, and I
This
see
is
no.
you're taking us into the becoming the most un-American podcast in all of the America right now.
Uh, there is some
Mm,
seriously un-American podcasts that exist. Um,
Infowars.
I mean, granted, they probably aren't talking about cooking and eating a bald eagle, but they're un-American in other ways. Um,
I mean,
Infowars
poultry's
is the most
poultry.
American podcast ever.
What?
Infowars is the most American podcast ever.
I, I,
I'm 100% kidding. Before
okay,
that even
thank
gets,
I'm like
God.
I can't
Oh,
tell. I
thank
can't
God.
tell.
You
I'm
scared
kidding.
me.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
fuck.
Don't worry.
Hi,
Nope.
Marissa.
Marissa for like a ghost second.
Oh,
Appeared from the void.
everyone said hi to
Moral
you, and I was like,
moral of the story is to all of this is a blue cheese, not ranch, and celery on the side.
All I took from that is I had to rethink my relationship with my brother for half a second, but thankfully that was a joke. So, Justin, what is your answer?
easy chinchilla.
Ooh, damn, rabbit chinchilla.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
easy.
stubby
Mic
legs
drop.
versus stubby legs. I like it. I like it.
I just feel like they're tiny, unsuspecting, and they would just gnaw at the Achilles, take out all the elves one by one, like a proper horror movie.
Jesus. Okay, fair enough. I went a different route. I went for maximum pain. So I did murdered by a rabid army of fire ants. Like think like
Wow.
plague tale style with the rats, but only ants, just fire ants coming out of the woodwork. Those
You
poor
see
little
like a
elves.
mound of them over, and
Yeah,
then the elves, and then they all like leave, and it's just bones, elf
yeah,
bones.
exactly, exactly. Oh, those poor elves. This was a demented Merry Christmas question. A little bit, a little bit. All right. Thank you very much for the question, Jacob. We all look forward to what you're going to bring next year. Can't wait to see. Um, Justin, is Marissa ready? Do you want to get
Do you want to
out of the way?
do it now? Yep, she said she can.
Okay. That way she doesn't have to just sit there and wait.
Listen to
We're
me
going to do
talk about
conspiracy theory.
video games for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying this again. We're going to A.
You haven't even had
Ooh.
the question yet.
I
I
know.
know. He did it before and he got it right.
I'm 50-50 right now for random guesses.
My eyes
Unless
are.
I'm hedging right now that if I do actually know the answer, I might change it.
Pussy.
What?
I can't hear, so you have to tell me.
You
Are
can
you
go.
guys good to go? I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're good.
cool. Okay. What is the nickname for the plane on which Bill Clinton flew 26 times with the convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh,
This is topical.
it is topical.
Wait, is there multiple choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, are you gonna let me say the answer?
Is it A, the Lolita Express, B, the Mile Higher, C, Good Times, or D, the Air Mattress?
I think it's A. I think
God,
Josh
I
is
hope
right.
it's Josh.
I'm
You're sticking with A.
I'm sticking with A.
Ryan, you're doing A.
I'm going A.
I'll go B. Oh well.
Justin,
All right, I'm gonna go B too.
2 A's, 2 B's.
It's A.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Praise the sun.
The
Hell
name of
yeah.
the plane was actually Lolita Express. Jesus.
Well, in the
Christ.
conspiracy theory. In the
yeah.
conspiracy
Again,
theory,
like
it is.
Yeah, I
I'm
suppose.
sure that's not its like actual like flight code, like as it comes into like the
there's
like
Lily Express in it. No, I doubt it.
the like air traffic controller is like, could you repeat what was that? What did you call that?
But if there's one thing we can agree upon, it's that we all know Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, right? We all know that that's how it happened.
I mean, I was thinking that until I found out that Bill Clinton was on the same plane with him 22 times, called Lolita Express. 26 times. Shit. It's not looking
Shit.
so good.
All right. That was a good one. Very nice. Josh, you're 2 for 2 on blind guesses. I like it.
I'm two
I
for
like it.
three,
Oh,
actually.
did you go wrong?
I did because I tried to do it back to back, like two in a row, and I got one right, failed one, got one right again. So
There you go.
um,
All right. Thanks for being honest. All right. Actually, before we do, what are we playing now? Let's do Game Award predictions. I want to get this out of the way. Um, rough year again, boys. It was another rough year. I'm not gonna lie.
No Virtual Boy 2.
Our hopes and
Rough.
dreams. Um, okay, I'm just gonna kick it off because fuck. So my first prediction, we're gonna get our first look at the upcoming Wonder Woman game. Nope, didn't happen. Microsoft announces no fewer than 3 new first-party IP games. 0. The answer was 0.
Microsoft didn't
Unreal.
do shit.
Holy
No,
shit.
they really didn't.
Nothing. The show will open or close with a PlayStation exclusive game. I want half a point for this. I want half a point. It closed with Final Fantasy 16, which is a timed PlayStation exclusive. I want half a
We
point.
already told you no. And we already told you not to waste our time with this bullshit.
Yeah, we really did.
I don't care. I want half a point.
Nope.
Josh?
No.
Fuck. Fine.
It's not a PlayStation exclusive.
It's a timed PlayStation exclusive. Anyways, next.
It was Call of Duty. Look at it now.
Joseph Fares of Hazelight Studios will appear at some point, which he did, announce their next game, which he did not, and say something to make Jeff Keighley visibly uncomfortable at some point. He did not, but he did make a joke about how, don't worry, guys, I'm not going to say anything crazy. So, 0 points for me on that one.
Well, they probably told him he'll never be invited again if he does.
Yeah, right. My last one, 3-item parlay. New trailer for The Last of Us? Nope. New trailer for Mario? Kind of. And first trailer for Borderlands movie? Nope. So 0 points. Grand total for Ryan? 0. Again, I am 0 for 10 the past 2 years, so that's pretty exciting.
Have you ever tried getting good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to Justin's softball tosses a little bit later. I will say, isn't it crazy? We've heard fucking nothing about the Borderlands movie in so long. It's
I
been
kind of
so
forgot
long.
it existed until
Right.
you brought it
Same.
up.
Weird.
I'm excited for the D&D movie.
Are you really? I mean, I think
Yes.
I think it'll be entertaining, but I don't know if it'll be.
The more little news feeds that keep popping up, people keep saying they're doing this one right. And
Yeah.
I know that means nothing. But normally they're like, they're fucking
Fuck
this up.
this. Fuck this shit.
AKA when the God of War got announced.
Don't you dare.
Everyone is just shit talking it because it's Amazon. But I
Yeah.
actually liked the Rings of Power, so
And I liked fucking Robert Jordan's books.
Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time.
No,
Wheel of Time's really good
Wheel
too.
of Time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and is it Jack Reacher?
Yeah,
With
Jack Reacher's good.
new season comes out like next week.
Oh, nice. There you go. Very nice.
And
Oh, not Jack
Amazon.
Reacher. What's the one with John Krasinski?
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. That has
Yeah,
a new season coming
yeah,
out.
very nice.
And Amazon finished off the Expanse series. So
Yes.
Yeah, what's
I
wrong
haven't
with
And
seen the last season still, so I assume it's good. But
Amazon
Expanse
Prime
is
puts
still
out
top
quality
three.
shit.
Top 3 shows of all time to me.
Very nice.
Expanse was amazing.
Okay. Josh, why don't you go next? Let's go through your predictions.
5 new survival games. I think we got 5 survival games, but like one of them, Nightingale, was like pre-announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I got that one. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, nada, nothing from that developer as far as I know. Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom gameplay. We did see an ad for Nintendo that had Breath of the Wild 2 in it, but it was probably not gameplay. I think it was just a like trailer.
I think
Non Spider-Man, non Wolverine, Insomniac game, nada, and another Switch that's not the Switch 2.
Nada.
So nada.
So Josh,
So
you are also 0 for 10 in the past 2 years.
so here's my hedging. Okay, here's my excuse. Uh, we specifically said that they should be long shots, right?
It's
One
just the
long
like
shot.
last one.
Yeah,
I
your
thought it was
last
just
one.
one. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah, not all of them.
I thought that they should all be kind of long shots. So next year, I'm picking a Justin approach.
We're taking the Justin
I'm
approach
picking
next
game
year.
of the year. Like we're doing it. I got this. I got this in the bag. I'm getting a point on the board next year. You're hearing it now.
I do have to say, I think myself, Josh, and Adam were taking like 98-mile-an-hour sliders, and Justin got just like a softball lob for his. So I, I kind of agree there.
It ain't easy being Steezy, baby.
Adam, why don't you go next?
Oh, I hear it in the background going, "Oh my god."
Adam,
So
go ahead.
annoying.
My first one that I did was Elden Ring's gonna get Game of the Year.
Ding, 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 ding. Adam got a point.
on the
So
board.
yeah, so woo. Fuck you, Brian. Sorry, Josh. Uh, uh, we were gonna get an extended trailer for Stalker 2. Did not happen. Overwatch 2 was going to be sort of mentioned somewhere jokingly and not win anything. That unfortunately didn't happen. Cult of the Lamb will win Indie Game of the Year. That did not happen, and yeah, we know we're still waiting for that Virtual Boy 2, but hey, maybe next year.
Someday.
So
Someday.
Definitely next year.
yeah, for sure.
I will have to say, if there was one category I
With
disagreed with,
PSVR 2 coming out, it's gonna get huge. Just everyone wait.
there
It's
you
gonna
go.
be amazing. Nintendo's gonna be like, oh shit, Virtual Boy 2, let's bring it back.
We talked last week a little bit about were there anything we disagreed with, and we all said no. But if there was one, Cult of the
There
Lamb
was
should have
one
got Indie of the Year.
It
I
should have,
disagreed.
but
Oh yeah, Splatoon
Yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
best
Yeah,
multiplayer Splatoon
that's
was
true.
yeah.
just not even possible. Okay. And not because Splatoon is a bad game, because I enjoyed Splatoon 2. But it is that there's like a tenth of the
It's
player
just no
base,
way.
and probably 7/10 of them are too young to even turn on the computer and
Right,
vote.
right.
Versus
I
Call of
love.
Duty, like, come on.
All right, possible. Justin, let's go over your list. Oh well, first of all, recap. Adam's in the lead with 1 point. Justin, go
All
ahead.
right, well, Game of the Year, Elden Ring.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding, ding.
ding, ding, ding,
Justin's got a
ding.
on the
point.
board.
Best multiplayer, Call of Duty.
Which was not.
Most anticipated, Starfield.
You got beat up by them breakable weapons, homie.
Best debut indie, Vampire Survivors. And my long shot was that there's going to be a new Rainbow Six game announced,
No,
and that
that is,
did not happen.
that is a negative. We have a tie. gentlemen. Adam and Justin, congratulations on your first place finish. Hooray!
I only made one
Thank
trophy. You're all
you.
gonna have to share it.
Well, I
I'll
got
have
my
it
3D printer
on.
now. I'll
That's
print
true.
my own.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do like joint custody or something, and then just give us a chance to see each other and like look at each other like, oh, should we have broke up, and like hang up
If
the
we
kid.
do,
I
if we
printed
do,
it
we
in
have to
two
make sure
parts, so you could just break it in two.
Oh,
we have
don't
to
do
make
that.
sure that no one dusts it. Oh,
Nice.
that's
That's
sweet.
awesome. That's fucking cool.
That is cool.
That's sick. Very nice. Well, congratulations. You guys can split it. I don't know. Adam gets weekends. I don't know how you guys want to do it.
Every
but
other weekend, and like, yeah, we should like
holidays.
joint custody sort of thing.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It's got to go to all of the Christmases. Everyone gets it on Christmas.
I
Yeah,
get
there
them
you
on
go.
Thanksgiving. You can have them on Christmas. That's fine.
There you go.
Food day is mine.
I feel like next year is gonna be better. I'm gonna get a point at some point. Some year. Some year I'll have a point. Probably
Yeah,
not.
That's
Ryan, it's
what
just yeah. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
I was just gonna say. That's a typical phrase for losers.
Oh, I was gonna say just pick the actual game of the year.
Yeah. There you go. I can try that next year. All right. That gets away. Game Award predictions. Let's do what are we playing now? You know what, Justin, why don't you kick us off on this one?
Mine will be quick and easy. I've pretty much only played New World.
Yeah.
When Pops was here this weekend, we did a tiny bit of that Air console, the Chromecast, play with your phones. But otherwise, I mean, he was here from Thursday to Sunday, so I didn't. And then Wednesday we cleaned a lot and got prepared. So, I mean, since last Monday, I didn't really have a whole lot of time to get any
Hey,
gaming in.
that's all right. Got some family time in. That's more
Yep.
important. Very
Yep.
nice. All right, Josh.
Genshin, and a little bit of 40k Darktide.
Okay.
Played that a little
Nice.
bit last week, and
Play with anyone or just rocked solo?
yeah, like a former coworker of mine, who I normally play Gloomhaven with, but we ended up having scheduling issues for Gloomhaven, so ended up jumping in Darktide last minute because he had picked it up but had never played it.
Very cool.
Meant to play it a little bit this weekend, but kind of time got away from me a little bit. But and then I mentioned it in chat, but I finished watching someone else's 60-hour playthrough of Death Stranding. And yeah, 60 hours, all of them delivering things. I watched them doing the walking simulator part.
I
I'm
don't know what's
listing.
worse.
And that probably wasn't like just like speed run like mainstream. That's probably someone
No.
like casually playing
60
it.
hours has.
Yeah, first time
Yeah, yeah. I would
playthrough,
say that sounds
casual.
about like a pretty casual playthrough and like exploring the game. So
Yeah, and that wasn't like 100%ing, and they did
hmm
some DLC stuff afterwards,
Hmm.
but yeah, so that was the story's really good. I have no intentions of playing this game or the second one, just because less the walking simulator aspect and more the fact that stealth in a lot of the combat is so heavily utilized. Um, and that is even more than breakable weapons. That is my least favorite mechanic in games, is when you have to be stealthy because the bots are just too fucking good at headshotting you. Now they're probably playing it on hard, and I would play it on the easiest possible because I like to enjoy games like that, as opposed to like, like an Elden Ring. You always want it on the hardest, right? But
Yeah.
so, although I did not play it, I watched a absolute shit ton of it over the last week because I watched all 60 hours in probably the last week.
Nice.
So,
Who was that was playing? Just out of curiosity.
Ella,
Oh, okay.
former speed runner for the Souls game,
Yep.
plays a lot of horror things, but um, it's Elijah on Twitch. if anyone is interested.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Elijah spelled in Swedish. So good luck with that. It's Elajjaz, I think. Uh, but yeah, pretty entertaining. Very interesting game. I expected to understand the storyline zero, and I came out of it kind of getting it. So, um, wasn't
Nice.
too bad.
Very, very cool. Adam, what do you got?
I mean, I just got so confused off of that thing. Like, what are we even talking about anymore?
I know I tangented off of what we were playing a little bit, but
I
Yeah.
know, like, really, I was just like, what are we playing anymore? I don't know. Played some like more High in Life. Super, really enjoying that game. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, play that game. Still played a little bit of Farming Simulator here and there with Cat, and the other thing that I was kind of more excited about was there was a Dark and Darker playtest that started on the 16th
Oh,
that is going till the 23rd. That game is definitely gotten better since like Josh, Justin, and I played on the very first playtest. This is their third playtest, but it's a lot of fun. It's
nice.
very challenging, but at the same time, it's kind of one of those like who gives a fuck. It's kind of like Marauders. I feel like who cares? Like you don't have anything on you, just like go in. You've got shit. Like you can maybe come out with some cool stuff. Like it's just getting a little bit more polished and stuff like that. So
Did you actually ever extract?
yeah, I probably extracted 5 or 6 times now. I
Because
think I'm
when
up
we
to.
all played together, we didn't even get close.
Well, so one of the like hot patches they did recently is they increased the blue portals, which is like the escape portals. Like they're more prevalent now throughout the maps, which is nice. But my biggest gripe with that game is when you find one of these like portals, only one person can use it. You have 3 people in your like group. So like one person decides like who has the most shit and like needs to get out sort of thing. That's kind
Hmm.
of my biggest gripe, which is kind of like I think your whole group should be able to leave because that's just the way a group because now like one person is sitting there waiting while your other two are, continuing on in the game. Like that feels a little weird to me,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, that's a
That's
weird
good to know.
choice.
I'll never play it again now.
That's a weird choice. That's a weird design choice.
especially because there's also red portals in the game, which those make you go like deeper into the dungeon, essentially like a second round of like the BR that's going on, and like it's better loot, like harder guys, stuff like that. But there's 3-man portals of a red thing, so it feels like there's probably eventually going to be 3-man blue portals. Like I feel like they're testing it out with the red ones, but I feel like that's something that they need to change for sure.
To a
My
certain
biggest
extent.
gripe in those games is the waiting. Like if you die and then the rest of your crew's going, or you manage
Hmm.
to split up and you escape and then you're wait. Either way, I hate waiting. Like
Yeah.
that's my worst part about Tarkov. If you get killed early, your crew could be going for another hour. You might as well go
Right.
Yeah.
fuck off.
You do a scav run. You maybe do another PMC run. You're still waiting.
And then that doesn't
But
include like inventory management after your crew gets out. Like they could be in game for another hour, and then the next 35 minutes after that is just them putting bags inside of other bags. Uh,
You're not wrong.
you guys
That's
need to
very
like figure
true.
out how to play Tarkov if you're taking that long. But
I'm saying the crew is taking that long. I'm not saying I am. I'm not playing it.
Well, and I'm not extract.
Did you just cut that off? What?
He's not extracting.
No, I'm
Oh,
just not extracting.
gotcha.
I don't have to worry about inventory management if I never survive.
You
There you
lose all
go.
your shit.
Okay, so for me, I gotta actually go back a week because I completely forgot to mention it last week. I rolled credits on Callisto Protocol, and I feel like the reason I forgot to mention is because Callisto Protocol might be the most forgettable game I played this entire year. Uh, game that started off very strong and then just kept getting worse the more you played it. I by the end of it, I was just like, can this just be fucking over? And it was only like an 11-hour game. I think 11 hours is what I played. Um, but I don't not very good. It was not a very good game. Josh, how far into it did you get?
Like 4 hours.
Okay.
A buddy of mine, James, not James, but a different James, was like super hyped for it. Took time off of work to like play it. I got like a
Ooh.
text message at like Wednesday. Like it was fine.
Yeah.
Not
Like
James from Star, was it?
what's that?
Not James from Star, was it?
Oh no, nope, nope. This is a James I work with, but
That would have been crazy.
Um, I think you quit at just right time, Josh. I think like around the 5-hour mark, it launches you into like a 2-hour long forced stealth, like where you have to use stealth for a good
hmm,
2 hours straight. And I
hmm.
remember as I was playing it, I was like, Josh is gonna fucking hate this.
Yeah, I have not gotten that far. I still had intentions of beating it eventually, but
I don't know. I wouldn't
that's
go back.
stretching it.
Yeah, you're stretching it. One of my biggest complaints is that there are 5 boss fights in this game. 4 of them are the exact same thing. Literally the exact same enemy, exact same. It's the exact same. And then the final boss is essentially the same thing, only it's a little bit bigger and has a couple different moves. And that was kind of the whole thing. But they set it up for a sequel. I don't, unless they make some drastic changes. I'm not very excited for that sequel. We'll see what happens. Then, but what I've been playing since then, I played a little more Cult of the Lamb. I did not finish it like I was hoping to, um, but getting a little bit further in that. Played some Call of Duty Warzone 2.0 with the boys. That was pretty fun. I mean, if you played Warzone 1.0, you played 2.0. It's the same exact thing. So, um, but it's a fun. It's probably the only battle royale I'll ever play. Otherwise, I'm not a huge fan. Um, then I actually rolled credits on High on Life, which is why I didn't. Adam, what did you just bring? What did you just? Those are my favorite fucking things in the world. Oh my
Chocolate
god, I
covered
love
almonds or
those.
something.
Chocolate covered almonds. Oh my god, they're
Kirkland?
They are.
good.
Kirkland brand?
Yeah,
Yep,
dude.
there is.
Fuck. Every time we go to Costco, we could buy like 2 of them. Uh, so anyway, sorry. Rolled credits on High on Life. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Super good game. Not
It
gonna
is.
lie, it's pretty good.
It is. I will have to say, uh, everybody's tolerance will vary. I think. There's a reason Rick and Morty episodes are only 20 minutes long and not 10-hour games. um,
That's fair.
it can get
You
a
got to
little.
appreciate their humor. That's for sure.
Yes. There was even I love Rick and Morty, but there was even a few times where I was like, "Oh, okay, this has to stop." Like it just kept going. But I mean, it's hilarious, dude. I laughed out loud numerous times throughout the game. Especially what they do with achievements is fucking hilarious. Like the first achievement you get in the game, or you can get in the game, I guess you can skip it. But there's this little kid who stands in your way, and he's like, "What are you gonna
Spoilers.
do?" Huh? It's very beginning
Spoilers.
of the game. It's not a spoiler.
Spoilers, but
But he's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it?" And you go to try and shoot him, and your gun won't let you. But the kid just won't shut the fuck up. And eventually, you can shoot him in the face, and the achievement pops and just says, "Fallout wouldn't let you do this." I was like, "Dude, that's pretty good." um, then, my favorite achievement comes later in the game, where it's during a boss fight. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but at one point, the boss is like, uh you're winning and the boss is like, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete your save. I'm gonna delete your save, so you gotta start all over. And he's like, oh, I can't do that. And then he goes, well, how about this? God damn it, dog.
So Adam, my fear was that I would find it funny for like 30 minutes, and then I would be like, can the game just shut the fuck up just for like a minute? because I just kind of expected it to be a bombardment of people talking and
Mm.
like memes constantly.
I
That's kind of
don't
what I
think it's. I
anticipated.
don't think it is that. I think it is actually really well paced, and it's pretty interesting how it's situational stuff. Like it's not always just filling the void. Obviously, it does that every once in a while, but I feel like it was actually really well done, to be honest.
Yeah, that
To
was
the
my.
point where I've like told multiple people to play it. And,
It's one of those
they've
games.
been
I
they've
think
been
if it's
working
on
through it. Like I think
sale,
Cam's been playing it.
it's one of those games. I think if it's on sale, I might pick up. But
It's on
It's
free
on
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass. Yeah.
I may have Game Pass still. I don't know if I ever canceled that. I don't. I don't know. I haven't logged in
I
since
always
TMNT, so um,
I always re-up
You
mine
probably
on
do.
Black Friday.
well, I mean, I got a
All right, I think
coupon
I'm
for
safe.
three months initially, so I don't know that I've paid anything yet. So
Um, sorry about that. Dog was freaking out. But anyways, you do this boss fight, and then says he's gonna delete your save game, and he's like, "Oh, I can't do that." But how about this? And then an achievement pops up, and the achievement is spend 15 real hours inside an alien strip club, and he's like, "That's permanent." He's like, "All your friends are gonna see that." And you're gonna try to explain to him, no, no, it's just part of the game, but no one's gonna believe you. So I was like, that's pretty fucking good. But yeah, it was funny, dude, and it's a pretty solid shooter. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's fun, man.
It
So
reminds me a lot of like Stranger's Wrath from
yes,
the Abe's Odyssey world,
right,
where like you had
mm,
different ammo that kind of had different personality characteristics, and you're a bounty hunter in both of them. So like, it
right,
seemed a lot like that game, which I loved that game back in the day.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, it was good, man. I really had fun with it. Um, and then I've been playing oh fuck, Mountain Blade Banner Saga or Banner Lord, the second game.
The second one?
Halo
Yeah.
2, nice.
Yeah. So, I've been having fun with it. I think I'm starting to get bored because I decided this time I was just gonna go straight mercenary, and that takes such a long time to do that. Um, so I think I'm gonna join a kingdom and then betray them at some point. Um, but just to get the game moving, but having fun with that. And then, I can't believe you guys, Josh talked about this earlier, but another game I've been playing this week because after seeing Adam get so hyped during Game Awards, I was like, maybe I treated this game too harshly, and I'm gonna have to give it another shot. So I booted up Death Stranding,
Oh,
and
hey,
interesting.
I was like,
Okay.
they added a bunch of stuff to the game to make traversal easier. I'm gonna give it another go, and I'm like 6 hours in, and I still really don't like it. So I think I
Fair.
can't. It's just not for me. And I wanted to get into. It's how I feel about Hellblade. Like Leif loved that game, Hellblade: Senua Sacrifice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried twice to get into it. And there's just something about it I just can't. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It's not going to be for me. I might watch a playthrough like Josh did because I think that I want to know what the story is. Because like just Adam's reaction during that trailer of, oh my god, they did this. Oh my god, they did. And I was like,
I,
fuck, I want to know what
There was
he's
some
excited
such
about.
subtle, cool
Yeah,
things that he did that was like mind blowing.
that's why I was like, oh, damn it. So, but I don't think I'm gonna
I'm
be.
sure Josh probably got some of them. Like now that he's
ye-
seen it, you're probably like, "Oh shit,
I went back
okay."
through and
Like that. That
I went
was
on
very like, "Holy shit."
Yeah,
I went back on YouTube and watched the trailer for the second one, and I'm like, I'm s- I have so many questions. I
Hmm.
have so many questions.
yeah. So I might just have to like watch a story explained video on YouTube or something. I don't know. So
I mean, honestly, if you watch if you watch like a playthrough on YouTube or you watch the Twitch VODs for the streamer I can send you, and you just skip the parts where he's collecting metals and ceramics to build roads for 30 of those 60 hours, then I'm sure you would enjoy it as much as I did. But
fair enough. I might have to check it out.
And that's the best
Um,
part of that game is like you literally could just go point A to point B and be done with it.
yeah,
But it's like it's all about like leaving something behind for like the next player to make it easier for them to play the game. That's like the whole idea. But that's so cool.
Definitely.
It
But
was
anyways, that's all I've been playing. So, um, and then I'm probably not gonna have any time to game this week with Christmas, and then heading to Cedar Rapids on Saturday, which I'm excited for. Spent a couple days in
nice.
Cedar Rapids. It'll be a good time.
Nice.
I haven't seen Justin in the flesh in like 2 years, so that'll be nice. Um, yeah, I'm excited. It'll be a good time. So, all right, boys. Time for game of the year. Our coveted. You know, like I'd say every year, IGN does this shit. No one gives a fuck about IGN and all these stupid websites and what they pick for game of the year. Our game of the years are what matter. This is what matters. All these big name websites don't know fuck all about shit. I don't know why I'm getting so angry. So we're gonna do it just as we have last year. We're gonna start off with some honorable mentions, if anybody has any. Josh, why don't you go first? You got any honorable mentions that didn't make the list? I have a feeling no.
Yes, I played
Wow.
at least 6 games this year.
Damn.
Now one of them is a stretch, but hear me out. Uh, I did not put enough time into Cult of the Lamb to make the list.
Mm.
Okay.
I got distracted as I do in every game, and so I'm part of the way through it and don't really remember what's happening. I'm gonna just have to start over when I play it again.
Yeah.
Um, but I imagine it could have been on the list had I not ADD'd into something else.
Right.
But it is on my list. I Secondly, I haven't had it long enough to really dig too much time into it, but I have been really enjoying 40K Darktide.
Cool.
Um, it's another game that, had I played more of it, it probably would have ended up on the list. Um, but but yeah, just I think I have like 3 hours total in Darktide, and I have maybe like 2.5 hours total in Cult of the Lamb. Maybe higher than that. Maybe I'm underestimating my amount of time, but this is kind of what I do: is just jump between games and finish none of them. So it's kind of par for the course. But
Cool. All right. 2 honorable mentions from Josh. Adam, what do you got?
So it technically came out last year, but I started playing it in January and never quite got all the way through it. Inscription.
Oh hell yeah. I still gotta try it. I've
Honorable
heard nothing
mention.
but
It was an amazing game. Never
yeah.
quite got all the way 100% through it. I know I got super close, but yeah, that was my honorable mention.
Very nice. Justin?
I would say my honorable mention was um, Dark Tide.
Okay.
My first one I'm gonna pick
Oh
is
wait,
Shatterline.
you going for number 5 already?
Oh shit, was I not supposed to do that?
we're
We were
just
just doing
we're
honorable mentions.
Oh, sorry, that was my only honorable mention. I didn't play that many games that I thought were
All right.
either new to the year or
Hmm.
really worthy.
Fair enough.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
It's all good.
My honor mention real quick. I have two.
Happens to everybody. You got a little excited. A little
Yeah.
premature, but you know.
Um, mine first up, Cult of the Lamb as well. Only because I haven't finished it. I feel like it probably would be in my top 5. But I have not finished it yet. And then the second one is Sleeper Citizen, which I talked about earlier this year. Cool little indie game that I really enjoyed. Um, that I never would have thank you again Game Pass. Never would have even given it a second look were it not for Game Pass, but really enjoyed that one too. So those are mine. All right, now we will get into our top 5. Since Justin jumped the gun, Justin, you want to go first? What's your 5th game?
Shatterline.
Would you like to explain Shatterline and why you liked it so much?
Sure. So Shatterline, um, I grabbed it because it was free to play. Played some with Pops first, and then Adam played some, but it had a fun 3-person versus AI sort of story based. But then when I finally got into the PvP, that's where I really enjoyed it. I mean, the PvE stuff is still a ton of fun. And one thing I do like is when you play the PvE version of it, you are still gaining XP and levels and stuff. So, like, if you decide you want to try out a new character or something, you could go into the PvE mode with that person and then play through. I don't know, levels can take even up to like an hour. And so you get a ton more weapon XP so you can level up some attachments and stuff and get ready for doing the PvP stuff. But solid gunplay. The characters and their abilities I felt were balanced. Every game mode that I did, like it really did depend on how well people played together. Nothing seemed unbalanced to me. Um, and I mean, just for a free to play shooter, I was pretty shocked at how well it played.
Very nice. Cool. Adam, Josh, did either of you check that one out?
Nope.
Adam
You're on
did a
mute,
little
buddy.
bit. Yeah, Adam muted. Adam, mute, mute.
No,
There we go.
that's just gonna keep staring at you, Ryan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I played a little bit of Shadowline.
Very cool. Awesome. Josh, we'll go to you next. Number 5 game?
Apologies in advance. It's Genshin Impact.
Number 5? I thought it would be
Number
way higher.
5.
So purely out of me feeling bad that it's on the list every year. It should be higher, both because I like it more than multiple games higher on my list, but talk about it every episode, so it is going to get the least amount of time. But still really good. Still spend a lot of time in it. Story's really good. They added a trading card game, which is really fun. Um, so it should be probably second on the list, to be
Okay.
totally honest.
Nice.
But yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that was no surprise, other than I thought it would be higher. So,
Like I said, it should have
yeah,
been, but you know,
right.
I felt bad. I felt bad.
There you go. Adam, what's your number 5?
Mine was Zero Sievert, a little indie game that I've been talking to you guys about here and there. Only reason it was kind of towards the bottom is it is not fully out yet, but I have like beaten like all of that what is available in that game, and I'm really excited about that game. It's very fun. It's really enjoyable. Very chill for it trying to be that like sweaty, hardcore Tarkov sort of feel, but it's like so chill in comparison. Like I
Nice.
don't know. I really like that game a lot.
Cool. Very nice. All right, so my number 5 game is Horizon Forbidden West.
Hmm.
And if you had told me at the beginning of the year this would be number 5 and not higher up on my list, I would have said you were crazy. But
Surprised it's even on the list.
it was yeah, right? It almost didn't make the cut. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, if Callisto Protocol is good, Horizon's not going to make my list, but Callisto Protocol was not good. So,
Hmm.
well, I won't say not good. Callisto Protocol was very average. I'll say that. Um, so Horizon Forbidden West, obviously Horizon Zero Dawn is one of my favorite games of all time. I knew that this game was not going to match that game. Like I figured there was no way, and it didn't. It was a lot of the same. Uh, the west side of it, which is like San Francisco, you don't even get to till like the last 2 hours of the game or 3 hours of the game or whatever. So a lot of it just felt very the same. Not all of it. I mean, like the ruins of Las Vegas was really cool. I that part of it, but for the most, it just kind of felt the same. Um, the story was not nearly as good as the first game, so it was still a super solid game. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it, really solid, but it just wasn't. It was definitely not a step up from the first game. It was like a side step or whatever you want to call it. Um, but I had fun with it still. So that's my number 5 game. Justin, number 4.
Number 4 is Lost Ark.
Lost
Hmm.
Ark? Yeah, I
Yep.
didn't know. Oh wait, never mind. I'm thinking of just Ark. Never
Nope,
mind.
Lost Ark.
Okay.
I played Lost Ark a lot.
Yeah, you did. I remember that.
That was your Genshin for a while.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
just every episode,
Mhm.
like, okay, let's talk about Lost Ark for a while.
Yeah, like I mean, if I go to my Steam, shit, let's see if I can do this quickly and not take up everyone's time here. But if I go to my Steam and go to my games, Lost Ark is my second most played game ever at 202 hours
Ever?
Wow.
on
Well,
on
on Steam.
Steam.
On
Damn.
Steam. Yeah.
But I've had Steam for like
WoW is
over
obviously the
13
number
years.
one. We can all relate to
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like
But
anyone that got into WoW.
the only game beating it on Steam, which is funny here, is Ark. And I had 250 hours on that.
Wow.
Damn.
And then underneath Lost Ark was Space Engineers at 143
Yeah,
hours.
you and Leif especially played the fuck out of that game.
Yeah. So yeah, I played a lot of Lost Ark.
Nice. Yes, you did. I remember every week being like, Justin, let's hear about Lost Ark. It was like when you did Grand Theft Auto RP, GTA Online RP,
Mm.
same thing. Like, oh, what's new?
Or being
Um,
Tarkov.
yeah, yep, there you go.
Just wait, Ryan. There's a wipe coming this week.
Ooh, there you go. We're gonna get some more Tarkov talk.
Hmm
Yeah, when Dad was here, I mentioned that I would probably play this wipe with him again, but I don't know if that's actually true.
At least the first week or so, play
The
with
thought
us,
that
and then
counts.
you can die off, and then that's fine. But I think Brian and I are gonna be playing some for
There
sure.
you go.
It's
All
just
right.
so hard to do that when I could play New World.
Josh, what's your number 4 game?
Dying Light 2.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
That should have
Um,
been a runner-up for me.
Honorable
hmm.
mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I no-lifed it for the first couple weeks. Played it quite a bit. I did not beat it, of course, obviously, and but I really enjoy it, and I can see myself getting back into it. It's definitely a game that I could just pick back up and like be just as interested in. Um,
If you ever want to play that again, let me know, because I never beat it either.
Such a fun game.
I still have it downloaded, so just wait. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do all the parkour shit again, but because I retain none of that information in my brain, it gets purged immediately when I quit a game. But yeah, a really interesting story. But let's be honest, the movement and like generally just running around doing shit, killing zombies is just so fluid and so much fun that the
Yeah.
story is kind of a secondary thing to what is
Yeah.
Dying Light 2. Because I don't give a shit about any of the people that we're helping or anything. I just want to run around and drop kick zombies and shit. Um, but it's a lot of fun, and yeah, that's it.
Very nice. Good choice. Solid choice. I didn't give that game as much time. I think it's because Horizon came out like right after it, so I abandoned it to play Horizon.
Like
Mm.
within days or something.
Yeah, something. I got to go back and finish it. Um, all right, very good, solid choice. That's a very good game. That probably should have been my honorable mention. Too. Definitely, very good game. Adam, what's your number 4?
Cult of Lamb.
Fuck yeah,
Nice.
dude! It's really good.
It's such a good game. So go and play it, please. Like it's such a fun like colony sim sort of game with a lot of like it reminds me of Happy Tree Friends. Like if you
Yeah,
ever are familiar
Mm-hmm.
with that back in the day, like there's just some really fun darkness to them trying to make it look not not dark, but there's just something so charming about it. It's such a good
definitely.
game.
Charming and fucked up at the same time.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
great.
I,
It's
I started
perfect.
a rule in my cult, which is if you hit old age, you immediately get sacrificed. I don't
Oh
got
yeah,
time to
that's
dig
fair.
graves. I don't
That's
got
fair.
time to dig any graves. So you're just gonna get sacrificed to the gods. That's just how it is. Sorry, you can't pull your own fucking weight chopping wood anymore. Get the fuck out of here. So, God, that's a good game. Fuck. I'm still on like the last boss area. I gotta
Mm.
finish it at some point. So, Very
I think
good
it's
game.
great. I'll be
Yeah.
curious to see what you think of when you're done.
Definitely. Solid choice. Solid choice. Okay, so my number 4 game is Immortality, which I've raved about at length. Just completely took me by surprise. It's the first ever FMV game I've ever played. Um, and the story is so weird and creepy and just everything about it. I loved it. When you first start the game, you have no idea what the fuck is going on. Absolutely none. You're just watching random clips from movies and talk shows or whatever, trying to piece this shit together and figure out what's going on. Then there's a gameplay mechanic I don't want to spoil, but when you figure out the gameplay mechanic, then weird shit starts happening, and then as you keep going, you start to piece together what's going on. And when the kind of final reveal at the end, when you roll the actual credits on the game, was like, holy shit! Like I got goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, dude. Like it was really, really good. Definitely not a game for everybody. If you're, because all you're doing is watching clips and clicking on stuff. That's the entire. So that's definitely not for everybody. But I think the story is weird enough. When Adam played a little bit, he texted me and said the first thing he thought of was Twin Peaks. I'm like,
Hmm.
absolutely, very
I was
Twin
gonna
Peaks
say, and
vibe.
you've seen all of Twin Peaks,
Oh,
I'm assuming.
not all, but I've seen.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen quite a
you
few.
should sit down and like watch all the way through season 1, 2, and then the new season 3 that came
I
out.
probably should at some point. I should.
It's, yeah, like when we were watching, like even Kat and I were both just like, they got a lot of influence, like from just Lynch filmography, I guess, like would be
Right.
a way of like doing it. I don't know.
Right.
Especially the way you could play the stuff backwards, like total like what he did and stuff. So I
Nice.
don't know.
Okay.
It's
I'm gonna
really
have to.
cool.
I'm gonna have to scope it out. But yeah,
Hmm.
and it was a game I played with Constance, which was awesome. She's not
Hmm.
a gamer, but we had a blast. And I can't even count how many times we would just look at each other and go, "What the fuck?" Like so many times throughout the game. It was a blast to play together. It was a really good time. So, yeah, strongly recommend. It's on Game Pass. Super fun indie title. Go check it. So, um, Justin, number 3 game.
Number 3,
3.
Star Citizen.
I knew it had to be on there somewhere, dude. It had to be.
Yep. Yeah, I scooped that. I want to say around May, June-ish, because I'm pretty sure I was living in Marissa's apartment when I got into that. Um, it's just if your computer can handle it, it's a phenomenal game.
Not
It's
mine.
it's so much fun to me, and I got these new bad boys.
Yeah, you did, you little flight sticks.
Just like as big as his torso. Like, like I don't think this is like any good scale.
Yeah, there's like buttons and shit galore.
Does your taxes for you.
Have you tested
Yep.
those out yet, Justin? Damn, you gotta.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I'm sure
What?
there's an amount of like curve of like trying to
Oh yeah,
map all of the buttons to the
for
things, and
sure,
then also just to get used to them. I'm sure
for
it
sure,
is a feat.
definitely.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, yeah, Star Citizen's one of those games you hyped it up enough that I bought it, and I probably
Yeah, I
shouldn't
need you
have.
to send me your gift me
Ship?
your game. Yeah, so I can
Yeah, it's true. I
cash
do
that
need
in
to do
for
that.
something else.
Sounds good. Sounds great. All right, moving on. Josh, number 3.
Peglin,
Oh.
Oh yeah,
indie game,
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like
Forgot
Peggle.
about that.
yeah.
I still pick it up, and it's probably my most played game on the Steam Deck, just because I
Hmm.
can get like a run in, play a couple rounds, and in bed before I go to sleep or whatever. And um, it is, I think, still considered early access, so they are making patches to it, balances, but it's very fun. It's very hard, but well, it's very hard, and also I'm very bad at it, so like that's a factor. Uh, but if you enjoyed kind of the RNG like deck building aspect of Slay the Spire, it's kind of like that and Peggle combined. If you played those PopCap games from back in the day, and so it's just really really fun, and I like that I can pick it up and play for 15 minutes and fail at it and then go on with my day. So I just kind of like, do a little bit here, a little bit there, and um, the the fact that it is a roguelike in that it's randomized and things just make it very replayable because you never have the same combination of things. The enemies that you're fighting are randomized, so although you'll get kind of, if you're in the forest you'll get certain enemies, and if you're in the dungeon you'll get certain enemies, and so on. But it just has a lot of replayability just because there's so many variables that end up making a run.
Very nice. Good choice. Um, it's kind of nice when, even though you suck at a game, it's still fun to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I don't think
Not wrong.
so. Like, to
right.
tell you how bad I am at this game, I don't know what the third world is because I have never beaten the second world. Uh, the first world I can beat with my eyes closed, proverbially, not really, but the second just stomps my teeth in every single time. There's like these little knight guys, and some of them have shields, and some of them are like magic or bow users, and uh, it's tough. It's so tough. Like if you chose poorly on previous upgrades and things, you're just fucked.
You're just
Uh,
fucked.
and I don't know if it's just that I'm really bad or I choose poorly or it's really hard, but I think it's a combination of all three. Um, but yeah, I am utter trash at that game. Still love it, but I don't know what it is about those types of games. Like Slay the Spire, I wasn't any good at either, but I really love. But
Cool. Very nice. Good choice. All right, Adam, number 3.
Number three just recently came out, and I haven't put a lot of time in it, but I know it's like gonna be amazing because I played it in its previous versions. Dwarf Fortress.
Have you talked about that before and I missed it?
Yeah, so it just
yes,
came out to Steam like recently, probably within the past month or so.
Okay.
But I've played the ASCII version of it. It's been around for God, like almost 20 years or something, just slowly being developed. But it's basically what gave pave way to like RimWorld and some of those like colony sim sort of games where you control a group of dwarfs and you're kind of doing like a 2D top-down spatial Minecraft essentially, because you can go like up and down through layers. Like it's kind of a 3D game, but you're only seeing like slices of it at a time. But super great game. Like whatever you can think of pretty much doing in that game, you can do in that game. It's kind of ridiculous, but
Nice.
so
Very
good.
cool. Awesome. 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 All right. So my number 3 game is Plague Tale Requiem, and you could also just kind of combine it with Plague Tale Innocence, honestly, because I played them both for the first time this year. Um, it's so crazy. So before we did this episode, I went back and I listened to last year's episode just to refresh my memory on like what my games were or whatever. If this game had come out last year, it would have been my game of the year. Like, I think it's that fucking good. This the next 2 games on my list are fucking masterpieces, so I can't not give it to them. But Plague Tale Requiem is a super solid game. you will be depressed as you're playing it and after you're done playing it. Super emotional, super dark. Um, but
Only if
just
you're a bitch.
the gameplay loop. Gameplay is incredible. Like I said before, the amount of rats they can fit on the screen at one time is pretty mind blowing. It's pretty insane. Um, but yeah, very good. I just I wish I had given it a shot earlier because I just played Innocence for the first time this year. But I played them both back to back essentially, and they were just phenomenal, phenomenal games. So and both on Game Pass again, another Game Pass. So um, yeah, check them out. All right, we're in number twos. Justin, what's your number two?
Number 2. Grounded.
Oh hell yeah, there
My
you go.
man, that was my
My-
number 2
Oh, there you go. Well, why don't
Yep.
you guys just go together?
because of that guy.
And it's because of that guy. And hey, you're actually sitting there where I'm
People,
pointing.
let me tell you about my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Not on my screen. You're not.
Yeah, you were pointing
no,
off
I
the screen.
mean on
this
Twitch.
this guy.
Oh, well, there you go.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, you're
Mm.
right. I'm facing the wrong way. Oh, shit. Okay, if I go
There
like
we go.
that.
There we
it'd
Oh,
go.
there we
it'd
go.
be this
Now it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Nailed it.
Anyways,
Uh,
First try.
yeah. Anyways, Grounded was just a phenomenal game. Adam and I had a stupid amount of fun with it. I think we played it pretty religiously for over a month, which is not very common for your boy here. I got 88 hours on record. And so, I mean, it's quite a bit of time, I feel
yeah.
like.
Yes, it is.
But um, it's just one of those where I just genuinely enjoyed the entire experience. I wanted to beat it, and I never want to beat games. The progression was smooth. The world was super fun. I mean, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's a cool theme. I don't
Yes, it
know.
is.
I just really enjoyed it. It would
Very
have
nice.
been cool if we could have somehow talked more people into jumping in with us, but
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a good time regardless, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It was fantastic.
Adam, you want to just piggyback off that?
Yeah, 165 hours into that game,
Nice.
apparently, according to Steam. But that's also playing solo games, playing games with Kat, playing games with Justin. Love that game. Like every single time I play the game, like I feel like I still find new things. I'm like, oh shit, I've been running by this path a whole bunch of times, but I divulge like a little bit off to the side and you find something totally new. And like, it's so cool. And like even after we I would say completely beat the game, we did a pretty good job of like doing a lot of stuff. There was still stuff that we missed, and when I've been going through doing like some solo games, and it still blows my mind some of the stuff that we're just like, how did we miss that when we were building a base like right over here and like moving back and forth, but we somehow missed this little spot. Like I don't know, such a great game.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
good.
It's so good.
Yeah, the only time Leif, Jeremy, and I played it was in game preview. We never played the final product. We might have to go back and check
I
it out
mean, yeah,
sometime.
that's how Justin and I play. We played it what 2 years ago when
Yeah.
it first was in like super early alpha, and we're like, oh, this is a cool game. Like, really enjoyed it then, but there just wasn't a lot to do at that point. And then here we are when it finally comes to 1.0, and we're like, holy shit, like this is really good. They actually added somewhat of a story, but it's kind of like ambiguous enough that like you could easily just breeze over it and not even really quite understand what's going on. But I don't know, it was so good.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah, we might have checked that out again. Very good. Um, okay, Josh, number two.
Also realizing that all of my games, including my honorable mentions, I have beat none of them. So just throwing that out there,
That's par for the course,
just getting
man.
that out of the way.
We just
Getting that out
assume
of the
that with
way.
you.
Yeah.
So
I like every game. I'm like, well, I haven't finished it yet, but just imagine me saying it the next two games. Death's Door.
Oh,
Um,
very good.
very, very good.
Yes.
Like a top-down Zelda type game where you're running around and defeating monsters and
Also, very Cult of the
exploring.
Lambish.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
theme for
Yeah.
sure. And just really, really entertaining. As with all of the games on this list, no idea why I dropped it, but I just never. I set it down one day and never picked it back up.
You saw a shiny object, and that was
I
it.
I
Ooh,
did.
butterfly.
Yeah. And so definitely also on the list of games I should get back to because I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was like the right level of difficult. It didn't like destroy my soul being so hard, but also it really made me feel like I earned my achievements in it. And I don't remember if there was a difficulty scale you picked from at the beginning or whatever, but
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I can't remember
but,
either. Yeah.
But very, very, very good.
Yes.
Definitely recommended.
Definitely super solid. Very good game. I think that was on my list last year. I think that was like number 4 or something. Solid game. Very good game. All right, so Adam got his out of the way. So my number 2 game is Elden Ring. Just this is
Ooh.
this is another one of those situations
Only because
where
it should have been number 1, and I
this
know it is
is
number 1 is gonna be boo. But anyway, it's fine.
this is I mean, I know what year Josh's number 1 is, but so this is one of those situations where like I truly we had 2 fucking masterpiece games released this year, and it was so hard to pick between the 2. Um I love everything about Elden Ring. I don't know if I have a complaint about Elden Ring, really. Um,
Multiplayer.
I don't give a shit about multiplayer though. So
That's my only
yeah,
complaint with
right.
it.
I don't know if I can come up with a complaint about Elden Ring. Um, it was just phenomenal, man. It was, and this is coming from a guy who does not like Souls games. I do not like Souls games, and I loved everything about Elden Ring. The boss fights were incredible. Just everything about the game was incredible. Just where I kind of had the same feeling I had the first time I played Fallout 3 when you leave the vault for the first time, but this was like a whole nother level. Like you just go. Like you just go.
Endless
Um
opportunities.
yes.
Mhm.
And I fucking loved everything about this game. Everything about this game I loved. Um
Oh god. Oh god.
oh no.
Creepy face.
Oh no. Ah, uh, but
Huh?
The audio
Good.
listeners are like, the fuck just happened?
yeah,
She didn't know we were still recording.
because you've been quiet for so long.
I guess.
But anyways, my number 1 game just slightly edged it out. I'll talk about why when I get to it. But I think Elden Ring is just if you haven't played Elden Ring, you absolutely do. You just fucking have to. All right, so we're on number 1s now. But before we do, let's get Pistol Pete writes in. Hi, Pistol Pete.
Happy.
Mr. Pete.
Mr. P.
I was unexcited. I got my pistols out. Pew, 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 pew.
Pistol Pete says, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, Merry early Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too, Pistol Pete. Eggnog, yay or nay? Also, Game of the Year is Elden Ring, and it's not even close. So Pistol Pete is not on my side, but that's fine. To each their own. Everybody do your own thing. So enjoy what you enjoy. Um,
Unless what you enjoy is wrong.
Mhm.
yeah, like Infowars, Justin.
That was an obvious joke.
All
Whereas
right.
Ryan's serious about the Elden Ring not being his number 1. So
It really isn't my
remember
number 1.
that for next year, Pistol Pete.
Yeah. So, just real quick, we'll get his eggnog out of the way. Yay or nay on eggnog, Adam?
Nay.
You're a nay.
I'm a
Even
nay.
if you add some alcohol to it, still nay.
No.
All right.
I'm just not a big sweets thing, and I mean it's literally just eggs plus sugar, and I mean blended up with,
Right.
like you said, a little bit of like that's just. I love eggs. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think eggs plus sugar, unless you're baking them and doing some other things with it, it just doesn't seem right.
Fair enough. Josh?
Let me explain to you how much I love eggnog. So I'm allergic to nutmeg. It
Okay.
it has a curious effect in that if I ever ingest things with nutmeg, I uningest them later. I don't know what it is. It's like Epicac. I will vomit it every time. And I drink eggnog every single year. Every year I buy eggnog and I drink like a shot of it. I then profusely vomit that shot and I do it again like 3 days later. That is how much I love eggnog. It's so fucking good.
Oh my god.
Have you ever
That's-
tried
Yeah.
making it yourself without nutmeg?
Nope. Nope. I have been far too lazy. I've been sent
It's
recipes.
literally just like egg yolks and sugar plus like some spices. You could omit the nutmeg, and I feel like it would be still fine.
My issue is
Am I wrong here, Ryan?
no.
Oh, you're not.
My issue has been
No.
one, laziness, but also two,
Fair.
like if I don't enjoy it, then like I'm like consistently on a diet essentially. So the nice thing about me bringing eggnog to like a family function for is that I drink my shot of it and then I just pawn the rest of it the rest of the year like on them. But if I make it, I can't make a small enough quantity. Maybe I don't need a small enough quantity. Maybe I will drink the whole thing if I don't vomit
Maybe
it.
that's the problem, Josh. Is you
I don't
realize
know.
you can drink it all year long, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, all this shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I would be like 900.
Maybe you're doing
pounds.
yourself a
Right.
benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like I really enjoy like baking cookies and cupcakes and generally just making sweets. But having quit the job where I worked with you two, I don't really do a whole hell of a lot because since I work from home, it would just be me eating like 2 dozen cupcakes. No, I don't need 2 dozen cupcakes. That just needs to not happen. So
Right.
and if I can make like 1 glass quantity of eggnog, somebody find me a recipe, Pete. You know what to do. Send us a recipe of 1 glass of eggnog, and then we'll
I'll
talk.
figure it out. Like a one egg, like so much
Yeah.
sugar and like so much stuff, so it's literally like a one serve thing. I'll work on this for you, Josh.
You
It's
take
all
the
about
shot out of
ratios.
the shell.
Yeah, I got you. I'll figure this out just for you. I'll figure
like
this out. Minus the nutmeg.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
My
that was,
Christmas present to you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
that was fucking hilarious. Justin, eggnog, yeah or nay? You're a nay.
I'll drink it. Like if somebody has it, I'll usually have a small glass. But I don't know, there's something weird about it. I can't do more than 1 glass,
Yeah.
which sometimes I feel like I like it and others it's I don't I think it's just the egg and milk combo. Dairy and I used to be lactose intolerant when I was a kid. So I don't know. It just sometimes makes my stomach feel weird.
Definitely.
There-
Um.
There's a
uh,
thing called milk nog, where it's half eggnog and half like milk,
Justin
and
needs milk.
it's and I know, but I'm just saying, if you're a fan of the flavors of eggnog but find its texture to be unpleasant, that might be a good middle
There you
ground.
go. There you go.
Because it's not quite as like whole milk like thick, you know. It doesn't like coat the inside of your mouth like eggnog does. So just throwing
Yeah.
that out as an option.
There you go. I'm also gonna go nay. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the words egg and nog are not chicken and tenders. So the answer is gonna be a no from me, dog.
That I like that implies that the only thing that you drink is like blended
Oh,
chicken and
literally with
tenders.
you, Josh. Like, all right, so chicken tenders, like nog blended thing is so you would drink that. Like, I'm gonna make this.
Fuck
Merry
off.
Christmas, Ryan. I'm gonna get you a chicken tender nog
Best of luck.
recipe.
He just drinks like a thermos full of cane sauce every day.
It's the expensive chicken tenders, the $8 kind. He's gonna love it.
It's the Culver's chicken tenders. That's it.
Those are
That's
really
all.
good. Those are really
Blended
good.
up. Would you actually eat that blended up?
Fuck no, never, not a
I would.
chance. Nope, nope.
Even though it's the exact same thing, we
Hard
don't
pass.
add anything in it. You
Nope.
just blend it. No. Okay.
Nope, no, I would not. Hard pass.
I mean, it's
Um,
just skipping a step. You're blending it.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking that. Like you're saving energy in life. Like whatever. Fine.
Oh shit. All right. Well, thank you very much for the question, Piss Pete. Merry Christmas to you as well. All right. Let's wrap this up. Number ones, Justin. You go first. What do you got?
New World.
Knew that was coming. Kind of figured.
Yeah, I mean it was easy
What
and obvious.
and obvious. What are you enjoying about New World, Justin? Other than everything.
Yeah, I mean I feel like I talk about it a bunch.
Are
but
you? Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Are you currently playing it?
No.
You're just staring off to the
He
side.
says, "Wait,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
no,
Yeah.
No, I'm dealing with some torn
Oh,
funny
okay.
Oh,
drama.
you're in a war right now, right?
I can't believe Torn.
The war's over, but
The war is
we're
over."
in we're in a big chain. Long story short, for a chain you have to make consecutive attacks, and we're on 4,319 attacks, which is just
Bonkers.
insane. Yeah. And so this guy, or I kept trying to attack these people, and I kept seeing this other guy keeps killing them before I get a chance. I was like, well, fuck it. So I killed that guy instead. And then he put 5 bounties on me for $150,000 each. And I was like, okay. So then I put 5 bounties on him for 5 mil each. And I posted it in my faction Discord, and so then like 5 more people put 5 or what 50 more bounties on this guy.
Jesus Christ.
And the leader
Wow.
of that guy's faction messaged me and he said, "This is done." What did he say? He said, "Knock it off. Over for both sides. Thanks." And I was like, "The fuck are you, bro?"
So,
Like,
so
And
you
so
put a
now,
bounty on him.
no,
yeah, that
he's
would have been funny.
he's like way higher level than me, but he's not way higher level than my faction family. And so they're just destroying this dude over and over and over again. And he's messaging me, he's messaging them. He's like, what did I do? What's going on? And like we messaged one of them, he's like, problem, and one of my faction members was like, I got 99 problems, but you ain't one. And then he hosped him again. And he's like, it doesn't seem that you don't have a problem. And he goes, where we go one, we go all. And now everyone else is jumping in, and now they're like, every time he comes out of the hospital, they're just slaughtering him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
He's low
yeah,
health. I mean, they just probably just breathe on him, and he goes right back into the
Yeah.
hospital.
Dude, I was kind of surprised not to see Torn on your list anywhere.
I wasn't sure if that was okay to put.
Yeah, I suppose that's a gray area.
I think it's a good honorable
Yeah.
mention.
I would say
Yeah.
definitely good honorable mention
There
for
you go.
sure. Torno's been pretty awesome this year.
I mean, I would debatably put it at my number 1 or 2, but like in the grand scheme of video games, it's for the most part text-based, and I don't know, but it has been a wonderful find by Huff, and I adore this game,
Cool. Very nice. Very cool.
especially for moments like this.
All right,
So
moving on.
what is the issue? Appears you pissed on the wrong sneakers. Care to clarify? I'm pretty sure we hashed this out days ago, and it didn't even involve me. Back in a bit, games on. I don't even know what he's talking about, but they're
Oh
just
my
fucking
god, is
with
he a
this guy.
Packers fan? Is he a Packers fan? The Packers
Ooh.
game is on right now. If he's a Packers fan, you need to fucking destroy him.
Well,
He's already
if
getting destroyed. So I mean, mission accomplished
More.
if that's the case.
More.
well, the person that said "be back in a bit" game is on is one of my faction members.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, either way,
Destroy him.
Bro, I couldn't. Like these guys are some of the
Top of
top
the top.
dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to our list.
He's
Josh,
level 96.
what level are you?
Jesus.
41.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, Josh, number one game.
So mine is Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Every year.
Yep.
Every year.
Yep. It just you get some like it's like a comfort food, it's like
Yeah.
coming home.
Right.
No, actually, Elden Ring, of course. I don't think anyone is surprised to see that on the list, let alone my number one. I did not beat it. I set it down one day and never got back to it. So need to pick it up again. Just had to get that in there for every game. But I other than better netcode for PvP, I cannot think of a way to improve this game.
That's fair.
It's the story is great if you can figure out what's going on. The characters are fantastic. Just the world and the environment and the world building that they've done have been just fantastic. I love that they took an open world concept and didn't fill it full of shit that nobody gives a fuck about. Like
Ubisoft. Looking at you, Ubisoft.
looking at every open world game
Yeah.
in the history of open world games. I love that there was no quest log, but you got quests. You just kind of had to either memorize it or write that
Mhm.
shit down.
And be paying attention to when you get that shit.
Yeah, it made every interaction that I had more meaningful because they would give you like hints about where a dungeon would be or like who had an item that you needed. Like I found a left half of a medallion and I'm like, fuck, did I talk to someone who mentioned the right half of that medallion? I have no idea. There's no way I can go back and figure it out. Although I have beaten Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, loved those games, there were times where I got very, very frustrated with those games, more than just normal Souls frustration, because I got stuck on something and could not get past it until I got good, which sometimes took a really long time. Like Dark Souls 3, like Abyss Watchers just fucking destroyed me over and over and over again for like days. I really loved that if I just got stomped by Godric or something, I don't know, just picking a boss at random, I could just go do something else. I could go wander off in a different direction. I could go check out what the little map markers meant on the map. I could just go farm, things to get my decks up. My first playthrough, like I said, I never finished it, but I went completely magic. Was banned. No
No summons.
shields, no summons, and no ranged weapons. Um, and the fact that I could just go back into that game and have a wildly different experience by just leveling int, like huzzah, like just and then once you've done that, then you could the like range of spells, like the variety in the game is just amazing. It is such a good game. Such a good game. But I always say that I need to get back to games, and very seldomly do I actually go back to a game. Elden Ring is absolutely a game I will go back to. But I kind of imagine that it might also be Adam's number one. But
Well, the problem with going back to a game like Elden Ring is your muscle memory is gone. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, fuck.
no, by and large, the controls are very similar
Yeah,
to Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2, and there is a little bit of difference because weapon arts exist, and how those work is going to be a little bit different than like Dark Souls 3, which didn't really have those. But by and large, R1, R2, L1, L2, like the roll button's always been the roll button. The
right.
Estus button's always been the Estus button. Assuming you have it equipped. So by and large, it's pretty easy to get back into. The But where the hurdle is, what was I doing?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
what bosses have I killed? What was I? When I mentioned that it's super cool that you just had to either remember what quests you were doing or write them down. At this point, I've done neither. So,
Right.
because it's been 6 months since I've played, um, so I do want to start again and play with no restrictions. So just finish the thing and whatever, and just kind of play it
Yeah,
again.
there you
I've
go.
mostly avoided all of the end game boss fights. I have turned off Twitch streams momentarily while they went through boss fights so that I would not ingest any of their movesets. Um, so uh, that I can still feel like I went in there blind. But
There you go. Cool. Very nice. Um, yeah, obviously good choice. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I have a feeling we know what's coming with Adam. Adam, what's your game of the year?
My number one is My Little Ponies Adventure. No,
Friendship is
obviously
magic.
Elden
I think
Ring.
I think that beats Hello Kitty, so I think
Yeah,
you're okay there.
My Little Bronies.
Nice
Yeah.
fighting words.
Bromance of the year. I don't know, 2022. Uh, yeah, Elden Ring. It's so good. I beat it in vanilla 1.0, got all the way through that, and which was crazy because I beat it the day before they like patched everything, and apparently the way I had figured out how to play the game was the cheesing way of doing it, even though I had like figured out how to do it, but whatever. The ice stomp for anyone that's like seen any speed running to that stuff. Yeah, figured out early on. I was like, wow, this is really overpowered. I'm just gonna keep going with this. And sure as shit, that was just a cheese way of beating the game. But no, played it in that, and I've gone through and beat it different ways because there's multiple endings. I've gotten back and like farmed souls to the point of where I was like level like 200 something crazy. Like I love that game. It's so good, and I cannot wait for their first DLC whenever that drops next year because I have a feeling that's gonna like in itself be a really fucking good game.
That area in the middle of the map, right for the
There's
taking.
so yeah,
Just
like
saying.
when you look at the map, there's like it could definitely be there. There's
Yeah,
something there for
for
sure.
sure.
So yeah,
God, such a good game. Just talking about it again makes me want to go back and play it. Like,
so good.
yeah, so good.
We
Fuck.
should install the seamless co-op, which just allows you to do co-op without any of the restrictions of like not being able to use your mount
The
and
mount,
things
I've
like
heard
that.
about that mod. Yeah, I've heard that that's
Um,
like the way it should have essentially been. That's
yeah.
the only reason, like, honestly, this game should be a 10 out of 10 for me, but it's like a 9.6 because there's just a couple things that they like, why would you do this with multiplayer? Like, you should make multiplayer fun,
Yeah,
not like restriction, especially when it's against the computer. It's like you're not playing against people, so
right.
whatever.
even just like figuring out how to summon friends into your game was tough at first. Like
They've
you got
always done that in all their games. It's an
oh
ambiguous
really?
system
Is it
of like random item that I need, and I need to summon them or use a thing, and they need to be there using a different item, and like I don't know. I feel like that's always like Josh, am I wrong? Like it's always been this like weird ambiguous system
right?
for multiplayer.
You need to like talk to like random people to get an item that has like a description that implies that maybe you could summon.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's ambiguous at best.
Right.
yeah.
Also, there's someone developed a item and enemy randomizer for Elden Ring.
Oh,
That's a thing that
I
exists.
think I've seen that.
I
I'll
bet
link
that'd
that
be
to you,
fun to
Adam.
watch.
It's really entertaining to watch. I would
Uh
get my shit stomped immediately.
they got
Uh,
who's the first boss? The M starts with an M. I can't remember. But
Medea or whatever, the one that like the sword, like the hard
yes.
lady
No,
or
no,
whatever.
no. The very first boss you get, story boss that you get to.
Isn't it like Gunder?
I can't
Godric?
remember. And
Anyway,
I feel like
but
it's
I
one of the
saw the boss
G's.
randomizer where they were like, "Oh, I want boss we're gonna get," and fucking Radon pops up, and I was just
Oh
like, "Oh
god.
my god!" So, yeah, that looks like it's a lot of fun.
I'm still happy, similar to Adams, that I was able to beat Radon pre-patch.
yeah,
Like, because
getting a lot of that stuff done
he
in
got
its
nerfed later.
vanilla was awesome. Yeah.
He got nerfed, did he really?
He did get nerfed. Well, he got uber nerfed, and then he got unnerfed a little bit.
Oh, okay,
But I beat him with no summons or magic pre-nerf.
that's crazy.
And it was a fucking nightmare.
I bet it was.
Not even like the cheese strats where you pull him over and then he like meteors into water. None of that. Just mano y mano.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Radon. It definitely took me like 50 tries, but we
yeah.
got there eventually.
There you go. Very nice.
Rot
Um,
is what got me through that fight. Getting
Oh.
rot damage on him. Yeah.
I mean, I used every goddamn summon in that fight, so that's how I got through it. Every warrior you could summon, I brought out on that fucking field, so that's how I beat. Um, so, yeah, Elden Ring, obviously easy choices for Game of the Year. However, my personal Game of the Year is God of War Ragnarok, and here's why. So, I gave it a lot of thought, man. And what it comes down to, for me personally in games, story is almost more important than gameplay. In some instances, it is. Like Immortality is a perfect example. There's no gameplay in Immortality, but the story was so cool. I played the whole fucking thing through. So, in Elden Ring, after beating the game, no idea what the fuck was going on. Absolutely none throughout the entire thing. I have no clue. But God of War told just an incredible story. Incredible story. Especially pick up from 2018's God of War into what it is now. Um, I loved every second of it, man. And like I said before, it was kind of like a Sanderson novel where the build up, build up, build up, build up, and then the huge payoff at the end. Oh God, what did you do, you asshole?
All I see is my Discord notifications going up, but I can't switch to it because I'm streaming. Uh,
Oh, fuck you. This better not be as long as Chris Judge's speech. Um, so you're a dick. Um, now I lost my train of thought, so I guess it's over, dick. Uh, but
No
anyways,
playing some other what?
but um, yeah, fuck it. God of War, Ragnarok, Game of the Year, so worth it, so worth it. Awesome game. But I mean, Elden Ring was like a sliver behind. Like it was so fucking close. Because I think they're both just masterpieces, absolute masterpieces. So that wraps up a Game of the Year episode. Justin?
I was just gonna say, since I was talking about it before, New World, I got 91 hours.
Oh, okay.
Reminder Grounded had 88. So
Yeah. So yeah, you're
Oh,
beating. There you go. You got to catch
How
up
much?
to
How
your.
much time do you think of just standing around doing nothing? Because I always like think I look at my like WoW played time and I'm like, that's a full year of my life, like a nonstop 24/7 year of my life, and then I'm like, most of that was just like hanging out in like
like chat with friends or like
guild
chatting
chat,
in chat, yeah, or whatever,
because
and just hanging
like
out and not doing much. Yeah.
back in the day, all of my friends played WoW, and thus I got to hang out with none of my friends anymore, because like they were hardcore raid, guilds, and so I just, if I wanted to hang out with friends in high school, I did that in WoW. And so like there's just a lot of just hanging around, talking shit in guild chat. Um, so I kind of wonder like how much of your time is like actually playing, if you had to guess.
um I mean out of the 91, I would guess pretty close to it. Maybe I mean you can only AFK for so long before it logs you
X.
out, but it does keep you in the menu, so that's a
Mm,
good question. Um
gotcha.
that said, I have spent probably 10 to 15 hours helping out others with questing and leveling and stuff. So, but I would say I've lost maybe an hour to two absolutely max sitting around doing nothing. The only things that ever really happens to me is if I need to, if I'm waiting for a PvP queue, like sometimes those can take anywhere from 2 minutes to an hour. But I'm still usually out just trying to work on my trade skills if that's happening. So there's not, I haven't had a lot of wasted time yet.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, that wraps up game of the year. Got that out of the way. Um, we'll do a quick pick of the week, then we'll get out of here. Um, Adam, go to you first. What's your pick of the week?
Uh, Amazon show Legends of Vox Machina. If you guys haven't seen that, it's been around for
Mhm.
a while. It's the Critical Role guys that had an anime that got
Oh,
I
made.
think I talked about it at one point.
As I say, I'm
okay.
pretty sure Justin talked about it a long time ago, but Kent and I just stumbled upon it. Super good, very adult, very raunchy and ridiculous at points, but very much the Critical Role cast. So it's pretty
Okay.
fun.
All right.
Yeah, that would be a fun one for you to watch as well. I mean, not super like what we're going to be doing with our uh, campaign, but it's just as funny. It's got fun
Fun
characters and
tabletop, yeah. D and
a
D
D&D
sort of
theme.
ridiculousness, but yeah.
Scope it out. Justin, pick of the week.
Echo 3 on Apple TV.
Is I've buzzed by it. I haven't watched it yet. I need good, awesome.
E- I really like it. I really like, and of course now I'm gonna fucking mind blank. But the main guy in it was the same guy, Luke Evans.
Chris Evans'
Eh,
brother.
I don't think so. I don't think they're related.
Are you sure
Uh,
he's got a younger brother?
I mean, Luke Evans is from like the UK, so
Oh, okay, never mind.
um, yeah, he's from Wales.
Yeah, I've had to. Oh, yeah, definitely not. I know who you're talking about now.
Right.
I've had to. We've like blown by it like 3 times, and I'm always like, we should try this, and we haven't yet. But no, maybe we will. You done? Was that it? You did good?
Yeah,
Oh,
Echo 3.
okay.
So I guess if you want more, it's about Luke Evans' character's sister. Well, Luke Evans' character is in Delta Team, and one of his team members, also on Delta Team, marries Luke Evans' sister. and she's a scientist and goes down. She's working on um, studying like plants that could be good for getting people off of addicted to drugs, and gets abducted by like a cartel-esque type group down there, and in comes Delta Team.
Nice. All right.
And so yeah, I mean if you like those kind of shows, it's the first couple episodes. There's some slow episodes, but they're still good. I'm at the It releases every Friday, so the next episode is this Friday,
Okay.
and uh, yeah, it just at one point they're talking about what they're gonna do, and they're talking about kidnapping this person, and they're like, are you really prepared to kidnap and assault a complete innocent civilian? And he responds, red is positive, black is negative, and stands up like they're just gonna fucking electrocute this guy. Like they don't give a shit.
Jesus. All right. There you go. Yeah, I'll probably check. We'll check that one out then. We've been talking about
It's
it,
so
so
good.
yeah, we'll scope it out. Josh, pick of the week.
So I've been doing in preparation for January. I've been doing a shit ton of reading on Death in Space. So read through the core rulebook, along with a couple of pamphlets that I got from them when I purchased it at their booth, and I had previously bought some adventures that were third party on Kickstarter in preparation for us maybe playing this game someday in my lifetime. So read through all of those, and then I bought some more PDFs, and then I read through all of those. So I'm pretty excited. It's made by um, like a Swedish group, I think called the Free League, and they've also published things like Morkborg, different designers, but like other games that I'm super interested in. I think I have Morkborg behind me, but um, I don't know. Just I already talked about it quite a bit as part of the hype train earlier, but it just looks dope. I'm hoping to that our game will do it justice to some degree, but um, I'm really looking forward to that game. So
We'll
I'm
have a good time
really,
with it.
really, really looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
we'll have a good
yep.
time with it. It'll be good. Okay, my
Ryan
pick of the
just
week.
needs to take it serious.
Yeah, I'll listen to that podcast and figure out. I will not be Buzz Lightyear, I promise. So,
I mean, I could just yeet him into space immediately, like I said.
yeah,
So.
Right,
right,
we can just
right.
get you a new character right away, like first few minutes. So let's just get rid of him. No.
You know that site you used? Might want to just get a couple,
Yeah.
like in the chamber, ready to go.
Shit. So my pick of the week is a book called A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie. Um, super good. It's like the first dark fantasy book I've ever read. Like
What's it called?
it's
Little
A
hate.
Little Hatred. It's kind of like a modern fantasy mix. So it's very much a fantasy story, but well, I don't even know fantasy. He's kind of merging two time periods together. So like the industrial age is beginning, but it's still very much like medieval times. Um and very very dark and gritty. His Justin, the way he describes fight scenes reminds me a little bit of R.A. Salvatore, but
I knew that's what
brutal.
you're gonna say.
But fucking brutal, dude. Like he doesn't hold back on shit. So, um but yeah, I'm just about done with this book and I actually just ordered the next book off Amazon, so it's on its way. Um so I'm excited to keep it going. It's a trilogy and all
It
three
is
books are out.
not on graphic audio.
Oh shit.
Joe Abercrombie's a good author, though.
I've heard his earlier stuff is really good too. I need to check it out at some point.
Yeah,
So
I cannot remember the series that I read from him. It was adapted to a comic.
The blade itself.
That sounds
That
familiar.